Thank you, Madam Speaker, and to Mr. Roy, I look forward to our debate tomorrow, and I think a good resolution on a number of important issues before the committee. Madam Speaker, I rise this evening to honor Pride Month. I want to begin by saying that we are grateful to the members of the Congressional LGBTQ+ Equality Caucus who continue to be champions for full equality for our community. And each year we gather as a community in June to celebrate the progress that our community has made, that is the LGBTQ+ community, and also to reflect on the work ahead and how much remains to be done. And it's an opportunity each year to really celebrate the progress we've made and recommit ourselves to the work that remains. And this year is no different. In 2021, we come together on the floor of this House to celebrate Pride Month with some very great highs and some very deep lows. Our community was deeply impacted by COVID, both because of pre-existing conditions added to people's vulnerabilities, but also because segments of our population already face isolation, which was made even worse during the pandemic. Like all communities, we have been shocked at the efforts to undermine our democracy and restrict the right to vote, restrictions that we know will impact our community, particularly people of color, trans people, and those with disabilities. And of course, this year alone, we witnessed a historic number of anti-transgender laws being introduced around the country, many of them passing. Opponents of equality have decided to zero in on the most vulnerable within our community, the community that is subject to the greatest amount of violence and the worst kind of discrimination. And we must stand up in force against this. But it wouldn't be Pride Month without a celebration, and we have much to celebrate this year. In the last 6 months, Congress passed the No Hate Act, which strengthens hate crimes reporting. We passed the Pulse nightclub memorial bill. Now the Senate has passed it and goes to the President's desk for his signature. In February, I proudly introduced H.R. 5, the Equality Act, with 224 original co-sponsors. It passed the House with bipartisan support. President Biden has challenged Congress to do everything in its power to get him the bill, get it to his desk for his signature. And we're rolling up our sleeves to get the bill passed in the Senate. I'm particularly proud that the House of Representatives did its part in passing this critical piece of legislation. No American should be forced to live in fear of legal discrimination simply because of their sexual orientation or gender identity. And they certainly shouldn't have to worry about whether or not the person in the White House or their state legislature will undermine what few protections they do have. The Equality Act is a common sense piece of legislation that gets to the core issue of equality by expanding the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and other existing laws to ensure that LGBTQ Americans can live their lives free from discrimination. Equality is a founding principle of this great country. And I hope that by the time I stand before you for Pride Month next year, we'll have turned this bill from a hope into a reality. And I'm very proud to have the support of so many members of Congress and so many colleagues, in fact, every single Democrat, an original co-sponsor of the Equality Act, including, of course, you, Madam Speaker. And so I'm proud to be part of a caucus that understands the fundamental importance of recognizing the dignity and value of every person. And Pride Month is about expressing that and affirming that to all LGBTQ+ people all across this country and all across the world. And so tonight I'm proud to have one of the co-chairs of the Equality Caucus, Mark Takano, a chairman of the Veterans Affairs Committee, a member of the LGBTQ community, a very close friend, a deeply respected colleague, and a great champion for the equality of our community. Now I'll yield the floor to Mr. Takano to share his views on the celebration of Pride.
I thank